According to NVCA data, we did see a relatively strong Q1 compared to recent years in total exit volume, still very much below what we saw in 2021. Recently, Crunchbase reported that in May, we saw a strong uptick in global venture-backed M&A. Pretty encouraging, clearly less than March, but certainly a lot better than we saw in 2024. So I want to go around the horn here. What are we seeing in the market regarding M&A transaction velocity and pricing? And are you guys optimistic that things will get better? And Jason, we'll start with you.
I always look at not what the administrations say, but what they do. Many administrations are effervescent and vocal. Maybe they start with incredibly bombastic behavior and words, and then we see the reality. So if you were to look at, say, trade and tariffs, it started with this incredible bang, and depending on how cynical you want to look at it, it's moved to a 2.0 phase, which seems incredibly reasonable. We can debate if you should do extreme things and then do very, moderate things, and if that's chickening out or a strategy in 4D chess, come out with a big ask and then revert back to what you actually want. Politics aside, every M&A transaction during the Biden administration and the wrath of Lina Khan was faced with extreme pushback. Every single one of them. I can't remember one of them where people weren't hand-wringing. And we even saw the unwinding of the great Adobe-Figma $20 billion, rain down pure cash on the venture industry. That was a pure cash boom, massive amount of distributions. That company was half owned by venture, I'm sure. Would have been $10 billion to the L people. And what do we have? A 2-year wait, right? Until they go public, probably. So that's 2 more years. And I bet you the IRR is only going to go down on those investments. Megan will back me up here because she probably has the inside dope on it. So because that got delayed 2 years, there is a value to money, and it's going to be the same valuation, perhaps less. So if it's a lower valuation, those folks are going to be like, oh, bummer. I could have got that money back, put it to work, and got 2 years at 10% or, just in money market from 6%. But when I see Salesforce make a big purchase, when I see the new potential king of M&A, Sam Altman, make 2 purchases in 1 month, he studies people.
Databricks has been acquisitive.
I was going to say.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Uber's been buying little, tuck-ins here and there, in different markets. That's pretty interesting. That
DoorDash as well.
DoorDash bought 2.
Mm-hmm.
And these, if you look at them, I think all the ones we described, Megan, are 1 to 6 billion on average, 1 to 8 billion. And Wiz obviously happened. I think that's your big spike there. So even if the MAGA folks are anti-tech, supposedly, anti-M&A, supposedly, this is a flurry of really exciting deals. Really exciting deals. And then the 10%, 20% of the last value of a company offers we were getting in the trial are now to 50, 60, 70% of the high water mark. Something's happening here. People are optimistic based on their behavior. Put aside all the news reports, all the debates on All In, all the debates on BG2, of politics, of hand-wringing and administrations. Game on the field. Stock market's about to hit a new high. Tariffs they retreated on tariffs, and M&A is going crazy.
Paige, Megan, I'm curious if you're seeing similarly strong M&A vibes out there in the market. Yeah. Megan, start with you.
Look, I would definitely note exactly what J. Cal was saying, that we haven't had this big deal hit the market that creates a wave of cash coming back to LPs, and Figma not happening yet. Wiz is going to take a year to close. I mean, it's going to take a while, even if you have a big announcement, for some of these things to actually hit LPs' pockets. But in the meantime, smaller deals have been happening. They really don't hit the radar. And unfortunately, when you have a concentration of growth assets that represent a large percentage of value in venture portfolios, it's hard to feel the effect of the Databricks $2 billion acquisition of Tabular. But it is happening. And I am optimistic about the market. I don't think venture is dead. I don't think M&A is dead. And I think IPOs are going to come back. It's a matter of time. And in the meantime, the secondary markets that we started talking about are a creative way to put some cash back in LP pockets to keep the funding ecosystem going.
Hey.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess to add on to Megan's point, one of the sales I thought was really interesting was Zuck's 49% purchase of Scale AI. I think that the regulatory pressure that's been happening in the M&A world, like I had a friend at Figma and like that would have been like a life-changing acquisition for her. And it was really interesting to see the aftermath and ambiguity of it. And I think we'll start to see more purchases in that like 49% that doesn't trigger some of the regulatory pressures. I remember reading that headline and being like, I think we're going to start seeing like a lot more of these, especially for larger companies so that they can still operate like autonomously, but provide liquidity to the ecosystem.